The Snow Queen. Once upon a time, there was a magical mirror made by a wicked troll. This mirror had a strange power. It made everything good and beautiful look ugly, and everything bad look even worse. One day, while the troll and his friends were carrying the mirror to mock the angels in heaven, it slipped from their hands and shattered into tiny pieces. These sharp little pieces flew all over the world, getting into people's eyes and hearts. Whoever got a piece in their heart would become cold and cruel. In a small town, there lived two children named Kay and Gerda. They weren't siblings, but they loved each other as if they were. Their houses were next to each other, and they often played together in the garden. Gerda especially loved the roses, and Kay always said they were the most beautiful flowers in the world. But one winter, while Kay was playing outside, a tiny piece of the troll's mirror flew into his eye and heart. Everything changed. Kay no longer saw the beauty of the roses. He only saw their thorns. One snowy evening, the Snow Queen came to town in her magical sleigh, pulled by white reindeer. She was beautiful, with eyes as cold as ice. When she saw Kay, she smiled. "Come with me," she whispered. "I will show you a world of snow and magic." Kay, enchanted by her beauty and the promise of adventure, climbed into her sleigh. Together, they disappeared into the night. When Kay didn't come home, Gerda was heartbroken. She decided to search for him, no matter how far she had to go. Her journey began with a kind old woman who lived in a beautiful garden. The woman waved her magical staff, making Gerda forget all her worries. But one day, Gerda saw a red rose in the garden. It reminded her of Kay, and her memories came flooding back. "Why am I here? I need to find Kay," Gerda exclaimed, running out of the garden. Later, Gerda met a clever crow. "There's a prince who looks just like your Kay," the crow said. "Really? Can you take me to him?" Gerda asked eagerly. The crow led her to a grand palace. However, it wasn't Kay. The kind prince and princess, moved by Gerda's determination, gave her warm clothes and a golden carriage to continue her journey. Further north, Gerda was captured by robbers. In the robbers' camp, she met a little robber girl who was wild and fearless. "You're brave to come this far," the girl said. "But what makes you think you can save him?" "Because I love him," Gerda said firmly, "and I will never give up." The robber girl was impressed. "Fine, take my reindeer. He'll take you to the Snow Queen's castle. But don't cry, or I'll regret helping you." At last, Gerda reached the Snow Queen's icy palace. Deep inside, she found Kay sitting on a frozen throne. His eyes were blank, and his heart was as cold as ice. He was trying to solve a puzzle made of icy shards. The Snow Queen had told him that if he could spell the word eternity, he would be free. "Kay," Gerda cried, running to him. She hugged him tightly, but he didn't respond. "Gerda? Who is Gerda?" he muttered, his voice emotionless. "It's me. Don't you remember?" Gerda's voice broke as tears streamed down her face. Her warm tears fell onto his chest, melting the ice around his heart. Slowly, Kay's eyes filled with life again. "Gerda, is it really you?" he whispered. "Yes, Kay. I've come to bring you home." The Snow Queen appeared, her icy gaze piercing through the room. "You dare defy me?" she hissed. But Gerda stood firm, holding Kay's hand. "Your magic is no match for love," she said bravely. The Snow Queen's power began to fade, and she disappeared into the wind. Hand in hand, Kay and Gerda left the icy palace. When they returned home, the snow melted and spring bloomed. The roses in their garden were more beautiful than ever. You saved me, Gerda, Kay said softly. I'll never forget what you did for me. Gerda smiled. That's what love is for, Kay. And so, they lived happily ever after, knowing that love and courage can overcome even the coldest winter. And that's all for this story. Thanks for your watching and listening. Have a nice day.